All right, guys, here we are to talk about the trailer for the movie Windows. Windows know nothing about this at all. It is black text, white writing, says Windows. I'll assume it's about Bill Gates.
Perfect.
I don't think that. I think
And the
it's going to
sequel
be like
will be Mac.
You think it'll be like a rear window type scenario?
It says Windows. Viola Davis, Michelle Rodriguez.
Well, she only plays badass chicks, so.
I know, but there's no clues about anything anywhere. But it says that it's a drama. Directed by Steve McQueen? That can't be this Steve McQueen. All right, it's very confusing. I think we just have to watch it and see what happens here.
Well, being illiterate took me down a whole wild ride there. We read that as Windows. It's Widows. Widows. So this is about the...
Title works equally well.
It does not.
Regardless.
So this is about
This was a roller coaster.
We're
like,
crew
oh my God, the guy looks like Liam Neeson. It is Liam Neeson. Oh my God, the guy looks like Colin Farrell. It is Colin Farrell.
Now this is full of stars that I'm sure are only in it for a few moments. It seems like it's a robbery gone wrong. Everyone dies. They leave their plans and their wives, who are presumably in some sort of a bad scenario, and hopefully are portrayed as badasses before this, because it would be very weird just to assume.
I was gonna say,
because your husband can do it, you can do it too.
Well, there's a line in there, Michelle. So like Michelle Rodriguez, a few other people, they are the widows. Which would have been, I'm like, oh yeah, it does make sense. Of all these like heisters who have been secretly heisting, right? And so Viola Davis's character is the widow of Liam Neeson's character, who was like the ringleader, I guess, and made the plans. And so she has the plans. So she goes to the other widows and says like, let's do this last job to get ourselves out of all this trouble we're in now because of all this legacy that's been left to us of all its problems. There's a line Michelle Rodriguez's character says, if this goes wrong, I want my kids to know that I didn't just take it. I fought or something like that. And my first thought was like, that's true. I'll just make my kids orphans if this doesn't go well. That's a weird.
At least they'll know I tried.
At least they know I was a go-getter. Yeah, that was a little.
I'm assuming
awkward.
There's a thing where they're going to die if they don't. Like I'm going to wager my bet on this is that the criminal husbands had a deal that they had to give X amount of money to somebody,
Russian
and
mob
when
or something,
they didn't do that, they would have killed them. But since they died in the robbery, they're now going to kill the families.
Yes.
So the wives will put their lives on the line to save their children, because these people would potentially kill everybody.
That would make perfect sense.
So that's what has to be the only reason this makes sense. Because if you think about most people. Think about who you're married to, who you're dating, what your life is. You're generally not just going, I need people that are exactly like me, or I need people that are tough as fuck. Like, these could be trophy wives for all we know, and now they have to rob a bank or whatever the heist may be. So that I would like to see some errors along the way.
They need some motivation.
Yes, definitely.
No, they like hint at it, right? I'm sure it's all going to come together way too easily, but there's a part where it's like, take this money, get some guns. And she's like, how? What? And it's like, figure it out. I don't know. Like this whole thing of like, this is not what they usually do. They're not like a Bonnie and Clyding thing where they just can do it or whatever. But not played for comedy or like for whatever, right? Dramatic, swell music. This is what's happening or whatever. So that's interesting to me.
And I guess depending on about how perfectly planned these robberies are, it's certainly possible you could do things without having as much skill as it would normally take.
Well, I think they're going to play up like, it's a brilliant plan and we have such motivation to like push and do it. And,
they're going to rocky their way through this?
Yeah, they're going to Adrienne. They're going to go for it.
All right, so this looks decent. What are you thinking about it?
Is this the kind of movie we watch, though?
Probably not.
No.
But I think I could have been duped with a different trailer into seeing this.
Where it plays techno dubstep music.
Well, because you could have played that opening robbery bit and then
just been like, that's the movie.
Because then the later robbery is also wearing masks, and then cut scenes of that together.
That would have been.
And you could have painted this picture. I would have walked in and been like, what the hell?
That would have been dishonest stuff.
But if it's good, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do think...
So one of the encouraging things was from the writer of Gone Girl, which I don't know if you've seen. People have whatever. I like the movie a lot, and I thought the writing there has cool twists and turns and stuff like that.
I used to put a lot of stock in things like that, but recently I've seen a lot of things from the writer of whatever that I've been like, oh no, people like it's kind of like an album where it's like, well, you've been working on that movie your whole life, and that's what you broke out with, and that's why it's so good. And then you turn one out a year later, and it's obviously not
and like with movies, like especially you get like a writing credit or you have like a writer on it. What actually gets filmed, edited, cut,
is
produced,
not necessarily what you
necessarily
have
be that
originally.
But at the very least, it's like a point that might be in its favor.
Sure, and with this many actors that are good, you would assume that there's something involved in this, not just a paycheck.
We didn't say a kid from Get Out is in it. A few other people are in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
people, good people.
I'd say I would. I'm interested enough in this, if only to see if there's actually realistic fails and difficulties along the way for a crew that is not, robbers to do something. So I think the trailer worked enough on me that I'd be like, I'm interested enough to see that. Would I actually go out of my way to see it? No.
No.
But I would not. If I was in a position where like we're somewhere and they're like, oh, we're watching us, I'd be like, all right. I wouldn't be like, fuck you.
Yeah, this is one where I'd want to hear people I know and love on the internet say like, "Oh no, that was actually really good," or "Oh, that's up for an award," or "Oh, that's really good," or something. And that's usually what like directs me to things. I think it's like a good movie maybe with like a bit of edge or something. But like I'm thumbsing it up. The trailer was like effective. I was like, that's cool. And I don't, because sometimes I feel that way, but it's reluctant. I'm like, yeah, it was well made and it's full of stars, and I guess right. But this is like, well, it's well made, it's full of stars, I should watch it. So it's like a more, it's a less reluctant, like it's an Oscar movie, I have to thumbs it up because it looks like it was so well done. So,
all right, guys, that's our thoughts on us. Let us know in the comments below what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
Windows.
We both read that like more than once.
Yeah.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.